this, not simply this, and this is an easy matter to lose sight of. More than simply voting for this replacement, they have also, in this election, turned to a party which has now for nearly half a century deeply identified itself with one idea. The idea that the number one problem before us is the inequality of life opportunity between a powerful minority and the majority of the people. What a significant thing, then, it is, what a meaningful thing it is, that Joseph Howe's portrait here should look down across the first government of the egalitarian tradition in the post-Confederation history of our province. I want to add a word about the egalitarian tradition in Nova Scotia, which is addressed in the speech from the throne. The speech, in giving honor to Muriel Duckworth and acknowledging her recent passing, speaks of what is referred to there, I'm using the speech's words, the fact that Muriel Duckworth was a tireless crusader and advocate for social justice. And in speaking about Muriel in this way, the speech brings also into view the hundreds of people of whom this is also the case, who have given themselves to social justice activism and egalitarian hope over many years in all of the 52 constituencies of the province. If I may just speak autobiographically for a moment, as an editor in the 1980s of a regional news magazine of social justice issues, I became aware of how in every community in the province there has long been a certain nucleus of people deeply dedicating themselves to the work of constructing a fairer and more equitable world. Sometimes this has been expressed through the trade union movement, and often it has been expressed through the church, and often it has been expressed through co-ops and credit unions, and often it's been expressed in the environmental movement and the anti-poverty movements, amongst others, and very often through several or all of these at once. And over the years, these egalitarian nuclei, the great historian of Cumberland County, Ian Mackay, refers to them as these embers. Over the years, these embers have often been very, very small. How small was first brought home to me when 2 decades ago I first came to be the community minister in Upper Muquodoboit, and whereafter very shortly an election followed, and I sought the opinion of an experienced and trusted elder of the church as to whether or not, in his view, it would damage my ministry if I should put a sign on the lawn of the manse for the NDP. And the elder knew the church and the community very well and had served the Progressive Conservative Party as an agent at the local poll, as had others in his family for many, many years. "Oh no," he told me, "I don't think this would upset anyone. We've always had 2 votes for the CCF in this community, the minister and his wife." And so I wish at this moment of receiving the speech from the throne as a member of the province's first social democratic government, to take a moment to give honor to all those who have given of themselves in the egalitarian tradition in our province, and to hold up the names of some of its foremost organizational embodiments in our history: the Cooperative Commonwealth Federation, the Independent Labour Party of Nova Scotia, the United Farmers of Nova Scotia, and to mark with profound respect the powerful roots that have led to the present historic and decisive moment in the march towards a more equitable Nova Scotia. Now, lastly, Mr. Speaker, we may note about the events of 1848, acknowledged here in the tablet, that a central component of those events is also a central component of the present moment as it is spoken of through the speech of the throne, and that is the decisive and important component of vision. For some years, in the community of Upper Muquodoboit, a group of parents, without any organizational affiliation, just because this opportunity has not been afforded to the kids of our community any other way, for some years we have every couple of years gathered up all the grades 6, 7, and 8 kids in our community and put them in our private vehicles and driven them to Ottawa and the House of Commons for a 2- or 3-day experience of the institutions of parliamentary democracy. And one of the things that we've made a point of seeing that all the young people have known when we have gone there is the place where on the Peace Tower of the House of Commons there is an inscription which comes from the Hebrew Scriptures. And there the inscription says this: "Where there is no vision, the people perish." My colleague, the member for Lunenburg, in moving concurrence with the speech on the throne, wisely brought this matter into focus with these words from the Constitution of our party, that the abolition of poverty is an achievable goal and must be a part of the program of any constructive government. This vision finds contemporary echo and expression in the speech from the throne, where we read as follows: "The strength of any society can be judged on how its most vulnerable are treated. We know that some Nova Scotians are struggling, even more so in these challenging economic times. We will reach out to those Nova Scotians. We will redesign the Employment and Income Assistance Program to make it more responsive. We can," and here in my judgment are the two most important words in the speech from the throne: we can and we must make significant progress in the fight against poverty. And thank you, Mr. Speaker.